All right, what up, fam? What's up? It's Daniel, and in this video, I'm going to show you guys how to get hyper-targeted leads on Facebook without spending a dime on advertising. And I thought this was a really cool video because I've been doing it kind of a little bit for a little while, and I just didn't know, I didn't have a process to how to do this. And once I figured it out, I was like, holy smokes, this is actually a really good process. So I want to share that with you guys. And just really quickly, a little backstory on leads and so on and so forth. When I first started getting into this like online marketing or any marketing, so to speak, right? I wanted to do, if you guys can hear me, let me know in the comments. I'm speaking through a Yeti mic, but if you guys can hear me, let me know in the comments. I want to know if you guys can hear me okay, because I want to show you the exact step-by-step process that I use to get hyper-targeted leads on Facebook, and I get customer research indirectly. So you can use this for any particular business that you have, as long as you have a message to spread. Okay. And I thought this was super, super cool. So I was like, all right, guys, I got to share this with you guys. So real quick backstory about leads and lists. So a couple of years ago, I started reading this book called Think and Grow Rich, I think. All right, loud and clear. So Juan says loud and clear. So I started reading this book called Think and Grow Rich. I have no idea how I stumbled across this, to be honest with you, but I started reading this book, and I'm sure everybody's probably read the book. So I read the book, and it kind of opened my mindset to entrepreneurship, right? And so I started looking online, like entrepreneurship and so on and so forth. And I started finding things about online marketing and sales and all that good stuff. So I was like, okay, well, I'll go deep into it. And one of the things that consistently came up over and over and over and over again, every book I read on marketing, anything that I saw online at the time talked about growing a list. And I'm like, what the freak is a list? In fact, you know what? At one point, even if you guys are like beginners, don't know what a list is, this is kind of cool because at one point I was such a beginner, so green in this space that I didn't know nothing about marketing. In fact, I didn't even know what a domain was. And I didn't know what like Bluehost, HostGator, all those things. I didn't know what the heck those things were. And in fact, like one time I was, I don't know if you guys knew this, but I was training under Dan Henry. I was with Dan Henry at the time. And I became one of his first like success students, like really quickly. And he put me up on his page and so on and so forth, right? And, if you're like a personal trainer, you get fit, you just name your last name and then fit. That's just like the thing to do, right? So I did that. So I just put tapiafit.com. And he started promoting my testimony on his webinar. And one day he sends me a message or posts me in the group. And he's like, dude, what the heck? Go check your website right now. I'm like, what the heck are you talking about? And he goes, go check your website right now. And I go type in my website, and I didn't know this, but apparently you have to renew or put your domain name on auto renewal, or someone grabs your link and can redirect it wherever they want. So I didn't know that at the time. And what happened was someone took over my domain name and they pushed it to a porn site. So everybody that was going through his webinar and trying to see my success and kind of see what I was doing, they were all being redirected to a porn site. And all things trying to just kind of go back and forth and say that even though you guys are kind of beginners at this stuff, like this is going to be a little bit more advanced, but if I can get it, you guys can get it. So takes me back to a couple of months after. The other day, I was on an ad account. The ad account gets shut down. And so what happens when an ad account gets shut down, right? What happens when Facebook shuts down, Google shuts down, and Instagram shuts down? What do you have? You have nothing unless you have a list, which is your email list. That's the difference between like audience you own and then audience you control. So controlled audience is like paid advertising. That's like Google, Facebook. This is independent of any of those things. You'll have to have a list that you can go back to, because without a list, you don't have a business online, theoretically, right? So then I started thinking, how can I get a list? And I started paying for ads. I started doing ebooks. I started doing, opt in for this and do that, and subscribe to my newsletter. And nobody wanted to subscribe. So I'm like, freak, man, I got to figure something out. And so I came across Facebook groups, but I didn't know how to grow a Facebook group at the time. I was just like, well, I'll just post good stuff and goodwill, and hopefully something will turn out, right? And if you guys didn't watch the training on the group growth one, I indirectly used like group growth to make this grow, but I didn't know what I was doing. And then if you guys, I did an interview with Jeff. You should probably go check out that interview. But essentially, I started like doing exactly what he was saying. I was just like, okay, well, I mean, you kind of know what you're doing because you grew your group from like 0 to 20,000 in less than a year. So you kind of know what you're doing. So he told me like a 5-step process to exactly what to do. And I met, like, as soon as I implemented that, everything started to grow. But what's even cooler was the process that I learned to do. Okay. So typically what we're doing is we're like giving away something for free, right? That's ideally how you get a lead is you give something in return. And if someone doesn't have, like, if we can't together do this together, I don't think that they're probably part of this community. Am I right? So what I started doing was, if you guys don't know this, on Facebook groups, you can actually ask questions, but not just questions. You can ask for their email address. That's kind of cool. So what I do is I try to grow the group as much as I can by using live videos like this, using engaging posts like the one I did before this one, and also doing interviews, because Facebook's algorithm is saying, this group is growing, let's show it to more people. And what I did was I changed the name, I changed the headline, the picture, so that everything was, so like my ideal customer, which is like a gym owner or a personal trainer, would come to this particular group and want to engage. Okay, because if you see the cover photo, it's funny. It's like my personality, but it says Facebook agency scaling secrets or something. And then what's cool is the title is something that people in my market, or the trainers that I'm looking to search for, they're searching for on Facebook. They're looking for groups in terms of Facebook ads, marketing, sales funnels, and it needs to be targeted, hyper targeted. So imagine you have it's kind of like taking Google search onto Facebook search. Boom. And I started using that. And as soon as I do, look, today I have 26 people trying to get in. And unless they don't give me their email address, they're not getting in. Plus I get to pick and choose who I want in the group, which is totally cool. But I want to walk you guys through the process. Okay. So, yeah, Jay, I'm pretty sure you're laughing at the idea of what I did before on how green I was. And it's a funny story about Jay. I'm not going to get into it, but let me walk you guys through kind of what I was doing. I'm going to walk you guys through the process so you can see. This is actually our stats for the webinar that we're doing. Let me see. Moving the Yeti mic. So, can you guys hear me okay still? I want to make sure that you guys can hear me. Oh. So, all right, let's work through this. Okay. Oh man. Okay, so I'm going to walk you guys through what the process is, and so you guys can use it for yourself, right? So don't worry about this. This is the webinar stats. These are some webinar stats that we just did. Okay, what you need to worry about is this process right here. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a 5-step process, okay, to get hyper-targeted leads into your email list. And this is all automated, by the way. This is all automated. All of it's automated. I think only the part that's not automated is this part right here, which I'm going to invest in group funnels to actually download all this stuff for free. But right now I get to see who comes in, which is amazing. I want to check and see who comes in. So what happens is the first pillar of this is having a group, right? You have to have a group that's hyper-targeted, has the right name, has the right cover photo, and has the right engagement, okay? Those are like the four things that you essentially need. And if you want to go more in depth, you might want to check out the other video that I did with Jeff to figure out, that exact process. He walked me through it, and I can show you guys if you guys want. Actually, you know what? Here, check this out. If you guys want me to show you exactly what I changed to grow the group at the rate that it's growing, if you want me to show you exactly what I did, like step by step what I did, I know Jeff said he kind of gives like the big picture of what to do, but I had to implement. And if you want to see exactly what I did to implement the things that I did before that weren't growing the group, just comment me below and I'll send you over like a video, or we'll do like a Zoom call together so I can show you exactly what I did. But essentially what happens is, this is the first pillar, right? The first pillar is the Facebook group. I entice them to come in, and what I tell people, number one, I ask for the number one struggle. So what I'm doing here indirectly is I'm trying to get, can you guys hear me okay? I need to know if you guys can hear me. All good. Okay. So what I'm trying to do here on this group is I'm trying to pre-qualify them. Number one, I ask, I think it's number one question or biggest struggle. I think it's number one question. Either way, so like number one question, either way you put it, it doesn't matter. What you're doing is customer research. Number one question, number one struggle, whichever one you choose, doesn't matter at the point that you're doing it right now. They can all be interchanged. You can ask number one question, number one struggle, whatever you want to ask. But essentially, you do want to ask a question, a qualifying question. Okay, so you want to ask, what's the number one question you get, or what's the number one question when it comes to building your online training program? Okay, and so what I'll get is like leads or sales or clients, or what's another one? Just looking at it right now. So essentially, those are some of the things that you'll get. You'll get, what's the number one question when it comes to building your online training business? One of the things that I'll get is, I need more leads, I need more sales, I need more clients, I need to retention, I need to retain more clients. And so if I can answer those questions for them, wouldn't it be obvious that they would give me money? Yeah, of course. If I can solve those problems, and show them exactly what it takes to get more leads, more sales, more clients, then it's obviously they're going to give me money for it, right? Well, they would trade their money for more clients. If I could show you how to make $5,000 a month, like I helped Jay, by giving me a couple of dollars here and there for it, wouldn't you trade your money for that? To know exactly how to make $5,000 every single month? I would say, yeah. So, and then I asked the number one struggle, right? So I asked the number one struggle because if I have the struggle, I know how to overcome their struggle, like my struggle, right? If I can help them overcome their struggle, then I can help them solve their problem. People that get paid the most solve the most problems, okay? So if I can help them solve the biggest problem, right? So you ask one of those two questions. What's the biggest question when it comes to building your online training business or whatever? What's the biggest question when it comes to losing weight? Typically, people will say time, energy, money, consistency. I don't know what to eat. I don't know where to start. Those are questions that are particularly, how do I lose belly fat? How do I tone up without having to look big and bulky? Those are questions that people have. And so when you put them in that way, it's like you're bringing in the ideal market. You're bringing in your ideal customer, and you're asking the ideal questions. So when you put out a product, it's a no-brainer. The only people that won't buy is people that don't have money. Okay, so you ask one of those questions, then you ask for their email. So for me, in exchange for an email, I ask, how would you like to see a case study that I did to help a gym grow without a funnel and without, what was it? Without a funnel. I think it was without a funnel, something like that. So essentially I do a case study showing them how to grow a gym without a funnel. It was very simple. It was a very simple video, but for my ideal customer, it's really, really enticing because they're like, without a funnel? Like, because they think you have to have a funnel, you have to have like high ticket sales, you have to have all that stuff. I don't think so. And I did a case study on how you can do it. So if you do want that, you can send me a message after and I'll ask for your email and then you'll send it over to me. So essentially I asked for their email in exchange for some value. In this case, like Jay's on here and he's like talking about cyclical fasting. How would you like my free ebook on cyclical fasting? They say yes, they put their email right here. Then what happens is you create a zap from, so essentially I don't have a zap here. So it's actually 4 steps. So what I would do, and then the last one is just don't spam. Don't spam. Don't spam the group. Okay. So what happens is they put in their questions, and there's like, I'll show you guys right now how many people were actually asked to join and some of the questions. But essentially what I do is I just copy the question and I just put it into a Google spreadsheet right over here. I just put the email right there. And I just copy and paste it. It literally takes me like 2 minutes, like to copy and paste all the emails. But if you use group funnels, that's probably easier. But for right now, the group growth, throughout the group growth, I want to see who's coming in as the group grows. Like I want to make sure that the good people are coming in and the bad people are staying out. With group funnels, you can't really tell that. So that's why I haven't gotten group funnels, because you can't tell who's coming in, who's not. So what I do is I'm checking them, and I want to make sure that this is a quality group, not like just quantity and quantity are totally different. But essentially what I do is I just grab the emails of the people that I believe that are part of this group or part of the movement that we're going on, and I put them into the spreadsheet. And so what happens is I have a Zap on Zapier. If you guys don't have Zapier, you should probably get Zapier. 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 Get it now. I'm telling you, it save your life. I just showed Jay some ninja stuff to go from ClickFunnels to his webinar to automatically enroll them. It's crazy. Some crazy ninja stuff you can do with Zapier. But essentially, what I do is I just copy and paste them, the email, into a spreadsheet, okay? And what happens is Zapier, when I turn it on, Zapier pulls the data from that spreadsheet and it pushes it into Aweber, where I have a list set up, and it's called Facebook group list. So I know who I'm targeting. I know when I'm doing a message or I'm doing a broadcast, I know who I'm talking to. So essentially, let me show you guys. Let me show you guys what we're looking at. Do you guys want to see what I'm doing? Like, do you want to see it? Like, it'd be cool if I showed you guys exactly what it looks like. Let's see. Ooh. All right, cool. Fire. Yeah, I know. Okay, so do you guys want to see like exactly what it looks like? Check this out. All right. I'm going to show you guys my Zap. You'll see exactly what it looks like, because it's a Zapier. I have a couple of them, but it's literally like two steps. If you guys want to see it, I already know it. I know how to do it. I showed Jay because he's one of my coaching clients, but you guys don't have to see it. I mean, if you want to know exactly the step-by-step how I do it, you can actually just comment me, or no, not me. Just comment below and just be like, yes, let's see it. So I'm going to show you guys exactly what I'm doing. And it's always good, guys, to label accordingly. You have to label accordingly, because one of the things that I learned early on, or rather, it took me a long time to learn, without systems, you don't have a business. Without systems, you do not have a business. And you have to label correctly, because when you start to get people on, you have to train them. And if you train them the wrong way, or if you have a certain particular process that you're teaching people and they don't know how to learn, or they don't know how to pick up what you're putting down, it's really, really hard to train people. And I learned this from one of my first mentors, Mark. If you're on here, shout out to you, Mark, because he taught me about systems. Okay, so, all right, cool. So here's what we got. I'll show you guys. Let's see. All right, so you see that right there? I don't know if you guys can see that. I don't have the freaking thing. So essentially, I'm gonna pull this out so you guys can see it. So it's literally 2 steps. On Zapier, it's 2 steps. So all you do is put it on a Google spreadsheet, and then you create subscriber. That's literally it. So that's it. That's all it is, guys. It's literally that simple. So if I was to go back into Facebook right now, I'm going to go into Facebook. And like I said, as the group grows, I want to make sure that I know, and these are all emails, by the way. These are all the emails that I've gotten from the group. And they're hyper targeted. These are all emails from the group, just so you know. All emails from the group for free. I haven't paid a dime to get these emails. And you guys can do the same too. It's literally it's really, really simple, honestly. And your group grows by itself when you do it the right way. And so I'm getting these leads basically for free. You guys are giving me your emails for free, like, and I'm giving you something in exchange. Like, I think, I believe, you know, that this is pretty valuable stuff. If someone was to tell me pay for it, I would, you know, because it's super, super valuable. And I'm showing you guys this for free. And this is why I say, if they can't give me their email address, they shouldn't be in the group, right? Because they're not willing to contribute to the relationship. And so what happens is that I just literally, what I'll do, like I said, I'll just go in. You guys cool? Holy smokes. All right. What I'll do is I'll literally just grab emails from the group. Yeah. If you guys want to see how what I changed. So you see like 27 people want to join the group right now. 27, if you guys can see it, it says 27 people want to join the group. And so I can't show you guys everything, but what I'm going to show you is like some people answer them, some don't. Like they put their name, their email. If they don't put their like I'll tell right away if I don't want to let them in, because if they'll have like a weird name or they'll have a weird picture. If they don't have like a legit picture, I won't even bring them on, because it's just weird. Like to have people that are just posting random stuff, like it's just I've been in groups where it's just uncomfortable to be in the group. So having those people that are just, I know for sure they're going to come in and just spam the group, I don't let them in, even if they give me their email. And that's why I said, like, I want to make sure that this group is valuable, to the sense that like people are contributing and people are watching and learning and getting something from a group. Like you don't want to go to a group and just be in the group just to say I'm in the group, you know, because I know there's some people out there that do that. But essentially all you do is I will grab an email, and I don't think you guys can see the email, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab an email. I'm just going to copy it, paste it, and what Zapier does, I've already set it up. Zapier does, it just grabs that person for me and it subscribes them to a list. Subscribes them to this one, Facebook group list. And that's it, guys. And then they start getting emails from me from there. That's literally it. It's not that hard, right? So there you guys have it. You guys saw exactly what I did to actually grow this group organically, get leads for free, and I'm getting research. So I'm getting customer research. So I know exactly what people are struggling with. And so when I come out with a product, I know how to help them. Does that make sense? So you guys can actually do this in your own business. And like I said, if you guys want to see Sonia, what's up, Sonia? Social Sonia's on here, rocking and rolling. Glad to see you on. Jay, yeah, that is a sexy book. So if you guys have any questions, comment them below. Comment them below. If you have any questions about how to do this, just comment below. It's literally like, I think it takes like probably like 10 minutes to set up if you guys know what you're doing. The problem is that sometimes you don't have clarity. You don't have clarity in how to do these technical things. And so what I want to do is I want to take a couple of you guys and just kind of share with you exactly how I did it. Like I'm going to show you like page by page. I mean, I obviously have to take out the emails. I don't want you guys sharing off the emails. And that's one of the reasons why I'm going to take like a select group so I can show you guys how to do this. It's going to be free. Just so you know, just comment me below. Comment me. And I'll put us into a Facebook group. I mean, a Facebook Messenger group. And what we'll do is we'll actually do it together. So I can like set it up for you. The automation, because I think that's the fun part. Like setting up the automation and set it, forget it. That's like the funnest part for me. To be honest with you, that's super fun. And when I teach Jay about these things, he's like, dude, this is game changer. And I'm like, I know, it's super game changer. And if I would have known about systems and processes like this when I was first starting out, this would have been like a whole different ball game. And this is so amazing. I came in late, but I have to watch the part where you zap into your email list. I use GF for this. Not sure what you do. I don't use group funnels just yet, Sonia. And the reason I don't is because I want to actually see who's coming into the group so I don't get the wrong people into the group. That's the only reason why I don't want group funnels. I do think it's a valuable resource. It's a super valuable resource if you're just trying to grow. But I don't want the wrong people in this group. And so when I look at these people, and some people might say, oh, you're taking it's a lot of time, but I'd rather have quality people in here rather than quantity. I don't want a whole bunch of people. I want the right type of people. And I'm pretty sure there's a couple of you guys out there that are kind of like me, that are like, I'm cool with sacrificing a lot of people to have a couple of handful of good people. Because, the case study is how I generate leads for gyms without a website or a landing page. That's what the case study is about. So what I do is I kind of just like pre-qualify them by looking at them. It doesn't take like more than like 2 seconds to look at if I see their picture and they don't look like they're qualified to be in this group. I know it's kind of a little bad to judge a book by its cover, but whatever. I'm not gonna change what I'm doing here. So anyways, if you guys want to see that, what I'm gonna do is if you comment below. Oh yeah, Luis. I love that too, bro. Yes, you're totally right. Yeah. Sweet. It's gonna be fun. Luis is gonna be on there. Jay's gonna be on there. And what you guys can do, so it's pretty simple. It's literally like just copy the email and then I put it in a Google spreadsheet and it automatically, and one thing that I took from Luis was so cool. I got that word counter thing and I had been doing it before, but I did it on a different website before and I switched over to the website you're using and it's just so much more clear. So much more clear. I use this for the fitness one to offer products and it's so amazing. It's so amazing. It's so amazing. It helps pre-qualify like crazy. But essentially all I do is I just look at the email, I look at the person real quick, and if they're saying something like, I offer services for gym owners or I offer services for fitness professionals, I probably won't I won't let you in, you know what I mean? Unless you're like cool, because I know there's some people in the group that are kind of just like secretly like sending messages to people. And those are kind of people that are going to get in any group. But like I said, I like, the word counter. The word counter thing is, Luis, do you want to throw down the word counter, bro? I don't remember exactly what it's called, but the word counter that you use for your video, I saw it in your group. I think I commented on the video that you did, but it's such a good video. Let's see. So if you guys have questions about it, or if you want to join us on the group, it's going to be a live training. It won't take like more than like 15 minutes, I hope. But essentially, I'm going to show you guys how to automate this process. And so you can just copy and paste and then get all the valuable details that you need to create your course or to create a product or to create a service that services the people that you want to service. Then comment me below and I'll put us into a Facebook group so we can schedule out a time. It's going to be free. It's going to be free for you guys. Yeah. Luis always, por favor, Luis. I use word counter. That's what it's called, wordcounter.com. And I just get like, I think that's what it's called. I'm not too sure. Only she says, please. Do you guys have any other questions, follow-up questions? This is pretty easy stuff to understand. But sometimes clarity is power. I know I was talking with Jay. Like I said, I helped Jay go from, like, he was buying a whole bunch of courses and coaches from people, and they never really broke it down, like, to kind of give him clarity. And so he spent thousands and thousands. I did the same thing. I bought tons of courses, coaches, and stuff. But the problem was that they didn't know how to do things. They knew like surface level, like high level things. They knew how to do things high level, but they never knew what it took to actually do stuff. And so when Jay came to me, he's like, dude, well, you helped me make 5,000 extra a month when I paid a high ticket guru and like a big time name in the fitness industry, like a huge name in the fitness industry. I paid him like, $3,000. The guy couldn't do anything for me. And you actually helped me make money. And like yesterday, actually this morning, he sent me some screenshots that he was making some money, like automated, like it was coming in And I was like, that's pretty sweet. I think more importantly is when you have a product that actually you don't have to fulfill on for a long term, is so, so rewarding. I think it's amazing. So, necesita palabra account or ahora. There we are. Luis, where's that link at, bruh? I have the bookmark here. Okay, it's called word counter. Word counter. Yeah. Sonia, it's called word counter. So I may or may not have tagged people. I'll tag them after. It's wordcounter.net. Wordcounter.net. That's the one you need to get. Wordcounter.net. This kind of helps you with, so you know, this helps with, there it is. There's me. Okay, cool. So with that being said, guys, if you're coming in after, make sure to hashtag afterparty. And if you need our help to kind of implement this for your own particular group, this is so simple to set up, but we're going to do it for the next, I think we're going to do it in the next probably 48 hours. So you got 48 hours to comment me in this post. In this post, you have 48 hours, and I'll make a follow-up post to comment me to jump in on the training. Otherwise, I'm going to sell it. Okay, so I'm going to sell this actually, this particular process to show you step-by-step how to do it, because this is kind of showing you like what it takes. And it's not that hard, to be honest with you. It's not that hard, but sometimes you pay a little bit more to get clarity. I know I do all the time. I pay a little bit more always just to get clarity. I just need clarity. I don't need like a whole bunch of tactics and strategies and stuff. I just need clarity. I need you to tell me like, do this, not that. Like, that's it. And I know there's some of you out there like that. So if you want in on the group, it's free for the next 48 hours. You have to comment me here or in the follow-up post so we can actually put you in the group so we can do it together. And I don't have any questions about how we did it. Okay. So I'm going to hop off here because in a few minutes I'm going to go work out. Got to work out. Y'all got to work out too. Word counter. Gracias. All right, guys. So comment me if you want to jump in on the messenger group. I'm going to show you step by step, like the systematic process of it. Like, so it's like video screening of it. Instead of me coming on the video, I'm going to show you guys the screen recording of this particular like training. See y'all later. All right, I'm going to end this thing. How do y'all like the video in here? The camera. It's cool, right?